Hi guys, so my name is Tadas. I'm a realtor here locally in the Bay Area, and I'm really passionate about sustainability and, basically green homes. Today, really excited to be here. This is you're looking at what possibly could be the greenest home in California, according to the Builder Green. And I'm here to meet with the owner of Earthbound Homes, and his name is Dave. And he was kind enough to invite us over and so, take a tour of this property. So it's gonna be a great day. Follow me and let's go meet Dave. So Dave, first of all, thanks for having me over. It's always an exciting day for me to come out and meet builders like yourself, and especially, learn more about the hard work that you guys do here in the valley to build, sustainably and green. So tell us more about Earthbound Homes. What's the company all about? What's your history?
Well, the company's been in business for about 10 years. I started it originally as a scientist, got bored, decided to start a company about green building. After 5 years of doing green building, we kind of did a house, which was my house, which we took all of the best principles that I'd learned up to that point and really tried to incorporate them into one project. Because I was the owner, I could do all that, and I could do anything that I thought was the greenest of the green. And in fact, we find that this house has been rated by Greenpoint Rated, which is Build It Green's rating system for California, as the greenest home in California.
The greenest home in California right now.
Well, yes. By that rating system, it's the greenest home in California. We've currently built 2 Lead for Homes Platinum rated homes. We built 3 zero energy, zero carbon homes in the last couple years, and we're actually building a couple more right now. So we're very, very fortunate to have the clients that want to build those kind of homes.
Very impressive. What are you going to show us about your house today? Would you touch on some of the elements that you think we'll cover today here?
Sure. Well, any green home has basically 4 elements. It has an energy efficiency design element. It has a water efficiency. It has indoor air quality, and then it has durability and sustainability. Right. So we'll focus on all 4 of those. At first, we'd like to walk in and just kind of show you the design of the house and show you how we try to achieve some of these goals.
Okay, makes sense. Let's go do it. That's fun.
Okay, so by the design, what I'm talking about is taking advantage of what you have on the site and using it to offset what you'd have to power or to build. Now, with respect to this site, we have a lot of tree coverage on the south and the east side of the house. And unfortunately, that's great in the summertime because it means that your house doesn't get blasted by the sun. But in the wintertime, it means that your house is cold and dark and not very pleasant to live in. So we designed this house to have a large skylight up above that's centered light throughout the house. Now, the design of the house wraps around this light corridor, which is 25 feet tall, and goes to a 64 square foot skylight. That light then emanates throughout the house and daylights the entire house every day of the year for free. So the original house was deconstructed, meaning it was taken down piece by piece, and all the materials that were possibly reused were reused, and everything that we couldn't reuse was either recycled or it was found another use for. Only 7% of the existing house was actually put in the landfill. Now,
how much? 7%?
7%.
Whoa!
Right.
Yeah.
So as opposed to bulldozing a house where 100% goes in the landfill.
Absolutely.
The posts in this house. So the posts for the porch and the structural framework of the house are all 100-year-old timbers that were originally harvested in Alaska.
100 years old.
Right. And shipped down to California to build a sawmill in Northern California. Really? In 2002, the sawmill was deconstructed and all of these timbers were harvested from that sawmill, and we purchased them from the deconstruction company and reused them in the house. We use a lot of recycled materials. All the doors downstairs are all recycled. All the trim on the soffits and around the doors and windows are all recycled redwood that we harvested from either old houses, fences, or old decks.
Really?
Yep. So it's pretty amazing, and I actually saved a lot of money.
So Dave, I understand there's a pretty unique plumbing system here called PEX, right?
Right. PEX stands for cross-linked polyethylene. And it's actually not very unique and not very new. Europe has been using it for over 30 years. And actually, interesting, NASA uses it for their space shuttles. The reason they use it is it's an extremely lightweight, durable material that has extremely high pressure ratings and temperature ratings. And the reason we use it is because it's actually a much more cost-effective way of delivering water than copper is. The reason is that the pipes are then sized for each appliance. So a kitchen sink gets a certain size pipe and a bathroom tub gets a certain size pipe. But everything comes off of this main, what's called a manifold. So a shower has a hot line and a cold line.
Yeah.
And what that allows us to do is make the line sizes or the plumbing sizes smaller to get to those fixtures instead of making one big one that goes to a whole bathroom.
Right.
And what that means is that you get your water a lot faster.
Yeah,
the hot water has to evacuate or get rid of all the cold water in this pipe before it can get to the fixture. Well, when this pipe is smaller, that's less hot water down the drain. So you're not only wasting a lot less water, but then you have your hot water faster, and you have the water in the pipe cooling down after you're done taking your shower.
Okay.
The water in the pipe cools down much less, and so you save a lot of water.
Way more efficient, bottom line.
And cheaper.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Water consumption is a huge problem in California. We're not typically a very wet state, and we use a tremendous amount of water. So what we've done in this house is try to really reduce the amount of water that we use. And the way we do that is by putting a native or drought tolerant landscape. Now, if you look around, there's basically no plants in this entire landscape that are still alive that use any water. We haven't watered this landscape in 2 years.
Really? Even with all this heat outside?
All the heat, right. Behind us we have bamboo, which is typically a very high water using material. It's actually grass, so it uses water like grass. But this bamboo is all fed by the gray water system, which takes the water from the sinks and the showers and the tubs, and reuses it to irrigate the landscape. So
you shower and then
and then a pump pumps it out here and distributes it to the bamboo. So we don't have any water
Does
usage.
the dog drink that too?
No, the dog doesn't drink it. The dog drinks lots of other stuff, but not this. And then you see below us we have essentially a plastic grass.
You can't tell, but you're on a plastic grass, aren't you? Yes.
And the dog is from the SPCA, so she's also recycled.
Really?
Yes. We actually just installed this grass a couple months ago, and the reason we installed it was because it was the first grass commercially available that didn't have any heavy metals. Typically, plastic grasses have lead chromate, which is used to fix the green color to the plastic. This does not have any lead chromate, so we have essentially a non-heavy metal grass that the kids absolutely love, and the dog doesn't notice any difference at all. And it's actually really comfortable. You lay down on it and you don't feel any different.
Awesome. That's great.
You go first.
Wow. You know what's really fun about this? I don't hear any AC, you know, on right now, and it's like over 90 degrees outside, and it's really cool in here. You know? What's responsible for it? What did you guys do here to keep it so, you know, cool so naturally?
Right. Well, in typical buildings, the major cause of energy usage is heating and cooling.
Yeah.
So our main focus with respect to energy efficiency is making an incredibly tight, energy efficient house.
Right.
Now, a major component of our building systems are closed cell and open cell
that's what
foams.
we saw. Yeah.
So this is a foam. The foam functions just like the foam, and it's actually the same foam that they put around refrigerators and freezers and water heaters. It seals up all the nooks and crannies where where air gets through, and keeps it essentially very cool outside. Separates the outside from the inside, which really helps lower our costs. So the total gas bill for this house, which includes heating, water heating, cooking, and clothes drying, is $159 a year.
A year. So right now all this cool, it's not.
No, we don't have air conditioning.
You don't even have it. Yeah, that's awesome. Oops. So we're in the second story. Plenty of light from that skylight that you mentioned before, right? What were you were going to talk something about a little bit more about indoor air quality and some of the other things.
So all building materials off gas, meaning they let off a gas that can or cannot have an effect on human health. What we try to do is minimize the potential for effects on humans or the occupants of the buildings. Now, typically you would ventilate a house and run a lot of air through a house all the time, but unfortunately in the wintertime, you don't want to be doing that because you're paying to heat and cool the house. So what we do is we minimize the amount of materials that go into a house that have the potential for off-gassing. And then we use what's called a heat recovery ventilator. And what that is essentially a fan that blows air into the house and takes air out of the house. But when it takes that air out of the house, it actually transfers the heat from that air that's going out of the house into the new, fresh incoming air. So essentially it's like having a window open that keeps all the heat in, but lets all the air out.
What is this? This copper, huh?
It is actually. It's a recycled copper pipe from a commercial building.
From a commercial building, yeah.
That we used as a top rail for our staircase.
That's awesome. I love it.
So one of the most important things about any house is how long that house lasts. You don't want to spend a whole lot of money building a house and then have it fall apart in a few years.
So long, yeah.
We've really focused on durability on the exterior of a house where it's exposed to the elements. That includes a lifetime warranty, roofing material, fiber cement siding, which not only retains the paint extremely well, but it's resistant to damage from insects and molds and mildews.
Right.
We use large lumber that is water resistant and not prone to damage.
Right.
We use a decking material called Ipe, which is also known by its trade name as ironwood. It's one of the hardest woods known to man.
Right.
The house also has a renewable energy systems. These renewable energy systems provide hot water in the summertime and in the fall and winter, and it provides electricity all year long.
So Dave, first of all, thanks for having me over. You know, it's always very interesting to learn, and you know, it's a lot of details. I know we couldn't cover it in 10 minutes and so on. You know, I wanted to ask you as a conclusion overall, you know, when it comes to building green, when you're talking to people, you know, in a community, a lot of times I come to, you know, against the argument like that building green is more expensive, you know. So my question to you, is it more expensive, you know, and how does one would justify an extra cost for doing it, you know?
Right. So certainly there are elements about green building that cost more money. Extremely efficient insulation costs more money. There's no way about it. But things like PEX that save you money cost less money.
Yeah.
What we also try to do with our projects is look at what's best for the client and what's important to the client. And then we try to take money out of elements that aren't so important.
Right.
Maybe we can get a better quality flooring for less money.
Right.
So we'll take some money out of that, or value engineering a house, and we'll take money out of that, and we'll use that to buy more expensive things like insulation or higher efficiency appliances or more durable flooring. It's really all about the priorities of the client and not about our priorities.
Got it.
And so in general, we really tailor each job to that client.
Right. And at the end of the day, hey, let's face it, no, hybrids cost a little bit more to build as well, right? Or to buy. But long term, they save money, don't they? And so does this home. I'm sure it's more efficient than anybody else we're looking at here.
Right.
So long term, there's, you know, these savings are going to add up, won't they?
Right. Well, I mean, not having maintenance on a house.
Yeah.
We don't have a landscaper. The landscaping takes care of itself. The yearly utility bills for a 3,000 square foot house, $159. That's a lot of money to be saved, and yes, certainly the long term is a much better way of looking at it than short.
I think that's an awesome note to end. And again, thanks so much, and good luck in your business.
Thank you very much.
Take care.